Hey, kids, this is Mr. P, your science teacher. This is science YouTube video to help you to do your final assessment for objective 8.13. So I'm going to explain. I'm going to do some of the experiments. Your job is to do one of them with a different variable. So variable is something you change. So, for example, you're going to have this reactant. First reactant is going to be your calcium chloride. It's this white powder. All right. Second reactant will be your alkyl pill. Reactant is what you need in the start. And the next reactant is baking soda. Another reactant is water. And then you have vinegar is one of the reactants. So once again, those are reactants. You don't have to mix all of them together, obviously, but you can choose one of them. So let's do some of the experiment. Experiment number one, we're going to take some cup, put some calcium chloride, and then we take a Ziploc bag. Okay, so the reactant one is calcium chloride. Okay. All right, we observe the properties, all right, and then we're going to put some water in here. The second reactant is, so reactant one is calcium chloride, reactant two is water. We're going to put it together, all right, and we observe any changes. Change number one, if I put it at the bottom, I can feel the heat. I can measure the temperature. It's kind of cloudy. I can smell it. There's some of it order. All right. Is there any light produced? Any gas produced? Any heat produced? I know there's a heat by putting thermometer inside of it. So that's your experiment number one you can do. Experiment number two, you can take this Alka-Seltzer pill, okay, and you can put it inside. This is the reactants. You can put it inside the bag. Then you can put the next reactant. You can either put vinegar with this, you can put water with this. Ultimately, it's your choice. So if I put vinegar in here, okay, I can make observations. One of the things I can do, I can measure the temperature. Okay, all right. I can, but just touching it, I don't think there's any heat producing, but there's gas. You can see some gas producing. You can hear some sound. I don't see any light. So there were two reactants, Alka-Seltzer and vinegar, and that's what you produce, okay? And let's do the third experiment you guys can do. The third experiment is you take baking soda, okay? Put it in a cup, for example, or a bag, your choice. Put a couple spoons. Those are reactants. Okay, and what you can do is you can put some vinegar, just a little bit, and make some observations. Okay. Well, first of all, you see is what? You see some gases. All right. You can see some gases produce. You can hear some sound. You probably can measure the temperature, and that gives you if any heat produce. The solution is cloudy now. So those are products. Reactant is what you put in. Product is what you make. Atom rearrange in this chemical reaction. So those are the three experiments you can do. Now, your job is to take one of this experiment and place this variable. So for example, you can have more calcium chloride. You can have more baking soda. You can have crash pills versus non-crash pills, like a full solid pill versus powder. So your job is to create an experiment, and then you go through a paper that I have as a step one, and you fill up the paper one by one. Any questions? I hope not. Okay, have a great one, and let me know if you need any questions, any concerns.